Once every 2 years, a small town in eastern Ontario stages a huge party called Summerfest over the August holiday weekend. The area's population doubles as tourists and ex-residents alike come to join in the fun. From climbing walls to mad science shows for the small fry. From the challenge of the triathlon to the allure of big-name bands for the grown-ups, there is indeed something for all ages to enjoy. What is it like to live in this town the other 362 days of the year? When the Canadian government decided in the late 1940s to build a new town adjacent to its Centre for Nuclear Research at Chalk River, it chose an idyllic spot on the Ottawa River, already steeped in the history of the early fur traders and loggers of the Great Pine Forests. Still surrounded by a pristine wilderness area, it is fast becoming a popular tourist destination for visitors from as far away as the American southern states and Europe. Deep River, where else would you want to live?
The outdoor activities, the beautiful clean air, the river with all its loveliness is very attractive and a reason that we want to stay here and live here. We really like living in Deep River with the children.
My wife and I came back here to raise a family at the first chance we got, and we're both teachers in town. And we enjoy raising our kids here. The schools are fantastic. There's lots for them to do as there was for us. It's a safe community. They get a really well-balanced lifestyle, and their quality of life is the best that I could probably provide for them because of what this community has to offer.
The Deep River area, encompassing a population of 7,200, is just 200 kilometers northwest of Ottawa. Algonquin Park lies immediately to the west, with Toronto approximately 500 kilometers due south. Nestled beside the hills of the Ottawa River, Deep River is as unique as it is beautiful. Combining big city convenience with small town lifestyle, the outdoor life is as close as your backyard. From the establishment of Atomic Energy of Canada's research facility in the 1940s, Deep River and District has always had a pioneering spirit. The highly trained scientists and engineers who arrived here set to work to create recreational and intellectual pursuits similar to those available in most cities. It is this combination of outdoor adventure, education, culture, including elaborate presentations like Jesus Christ Superstar and Elijah, and enthusiasm for quality that makes our small-town living unique. The cross-section of people in a town this size is remarkable. There are people from all over the world, representing a broad spectrum of racial and religious diversity. That may be the reason there are so many clubs.
There are over 100 clubs in town, and it's a pretty cultural place, even though it's a small place. I think we're one of the smallest places to have our own symphony orchestra, for example. So in some of the larger urban centers, if your child's playing the cello, the chances of them playing in an orchestra, very slim. Deep River, great.
There was a production of Twelfth Night that went on just 2 weeks ago. You know, most of the actors in that said, well, I absolutely had to audition for this because when would I ever get a chance to play Shakespeare if I was in any other larger location? There'd be 200 people lining up for that audition. And so, yes, you definitely get the opportunity to do things you couldn't do in a bigger place.
It is fantastic. It has so much to offer in the arts. I would defy anybody to find a better community for not only watercolor, but all aspects of the arts. We have very, very talented people here in town. Woodworkers, potters, you name it, we've got them here. It's it's really unnatural, but we're just lucky we have them.
I'd always been interested in rural community and country type living, not isolated, but certainly not in downtown Toronto, and this looked like an ideal location, my Shangri-La. It allowed me to, with my family practice, do a variety of skills. The hospital and the 24-hour emergency, doing shifts there, doing inpatient care, and in the office keeps things from getting boring. So the variety keeps you fresh, and it's another thing that attracted us to the community is it's very child-friendly. In the summertime, they'll join me on the sailboat, or a couple kilometers up the road we have a farm with some horses, and if it's not enough wind out there to get on the sailboat, well then we'll go up to the farm and hop on the horses for a couple hours.
Deep River and area has a lot to offer, both in terms of career opportunities and in terms of lifestyle. This golf club here in the middle of Deep River is no more than 10 minutes away from anybody in town. The town emphasizes quality of life. As well as its own police and fire departments, Deep River and District boasts the recently built North Renfrew Long-Term Care Centre. It also has an extremely well-equipped regional hospital, including an emergency department and palliative care beds.
Although we're not a full-service hospital, we don't deliver babies, we don't do surgery anymore. We pretty much take care of everything else. We have an excellent emergency room that has good facilities. We can take care of major trauma if it happens on Highway 17. We usually do end up shipping out those seriously injured patients to Ottawa or major centers, but we can certainly stabilize them here. We can take care of heart attacks, and unless they're very complicated, we take care of them in the hospital. We take care of pneumonia, we take care of kids with croup, lacerations, broken bones. The wonderful thing about being a rural family physician is that we get to do that. It's not a matter that I only see colds and rashes. I get to really make a difference in some of my patients' lives.
The nurses on the medical unit are also quite competent and skilled to work on them in the emergency department, so that there's a real team spirit. Diagnostic imaging with x-rays, ultrasound, bone densitometry, a very well-equipped lab and lab staff. We've got a physiotherapy department that functions very nicely for us. It works with our inpatients, and we have a very large outpatient component with our physiotherapy. It's very well equipped, and we've got a very low waiting period, a short wait time for appointments. We have telemedicine here, so that if, for instance, someone has cardiac surgery at the Heart Institute in Ottawa, post-op, they can have their follow-up visits from Deep River.
Education is a priority. Schools are expected to be first class, with parents having high expectations for the next generation. Two unique local initiatives are the Deep River Science Academy and the Tamarack program. The DRSA gives high school students real-life scientific research experience with university students and scientists. This long-running summer program, open to students across Canada, offers high school credits for students' work. The Tamarack program is part of the regular curriculum at Mackenzie High School.
It's an integrated program for senior students here at the high school. And what we do is it's experiential education. They get out and do things and reflect on them. And what they do is real. There are real consequences. So they go out and interview old-timers, Valley old-timers, and produce a magazine of local history that's sold all over the world. They also go on wilderness trips, and they do volunteer work, and it's just an intense 5-month experience for the high school students, and this is the perfect setting for it.
An extracurricular Trekkers program also prepares students for outdoor activities, such as canoe trips during vacation periods. From music to marathons, from skiing to sailing, curling to squash, Deep River offers fantastic recreational activities year-round. It's like living at the cottage without the commute. In the region, you will find museums, art galleries, and a community-run symphony orchestra. It truly has something for everyone.
It's a normal thing to do in our morning routine is running, talking to people down the aisle, saying good morning, good afternoon. Anywhere, walking the streets or out in activities, you basically know most people. Maybe not all by first name, but sometimes by their last name. So it's it's a nice feeling. We purchased a franchise from National Grocers and felt it was a very good opportunity to start up our own business and get our name put on a storefront. There are opportunities. A person would have to do, proper research. But yes, there are a lot of opportunities and, things that we don't have in Deep River that would probably do very well.
Although Atomic Energy of Canada's nuclear laboratories are still the principal employer in the area, there are now several successful spin-offs, such as Bubble Technologies, Inc. This Chalk River company specializes in the development of highly sophisticated detection devices to fulfill a variety of contracts, ranging from the Mir Space Station to the International Atomic Energy Agency and the Canadian Armed Forces. Z-Tech, a company that produces instruments for the non-destructive testing of materials, is another successful spin-off in the area.
We're really trying to encourage small businesses to come and locate here, especially high-tech, who demand the high-speed internet access. And so we're trying very hard to repatriate some of the kids who grew up in Deep River who now like to have this kind of lifestyle for their children to come and start their own businesses in Deep River.
The area also boasts a number of successful home businesses.
My husband is a native of Deep River, so we chose to move back, bring our young children here. We run a scientific technical translation company here, so we have a home business, which we decided, we can run anywhere. So it worked perfectly. Move here, bring the family here, and run our company here.
The municipalities surrounding Deep River are also actively seeking to draw on this highly trained group of young people to start additional business and tourist development.
We're a vibrant community. We have prime recreational opportunities and business opportunities. We're an excellent place to live, work, and play. And we work closely with our neighbors in North Renfrew, which are the communities of Deep River and Head Clare Mariah. We're doing our best to promote economic development, and we certainly encourage people to move here.
The Ottawa River parallels the whole township and the Algonquin Park. We are the corridor between Algonquin Park and the Ottawa River. For fishing, there's trout, pike, walleye, and bass, good bass fishing. For snowmobiling, you can access the North Bay and Northeastern Ontario system. It's ideal in the wintertime.
It's a very nice community. It's a place to be, to bring up your kids, and you don't have to look over your shoulder, you don't have to worry about things. You have neighbors who look out for you, and you have people you can rely on, and in an emergency you can go knock on a door and they'll always be there for you. That's the kind of atmosphere that I like, and that's what you get here.
For lifestyle, for education, for business, for retirement. Deep River and District has a lot to offer. The Deep River and District Community Foundation is working to maintain the quality of life here. A non-profit charitable organization, it funds other charities developing projects in the arts, health, social services, and the environment.
Like most old-timers in Deep River, I came here for 1 year and I ended up staying 50. And that's because the work was extremely exciting and it was a fun place to live. And over the years, it's continued to be that way, and it's been a wonderful place to raise a family and to work. And as a result, a number of my friends and I said, well, a lot of the things we have here were a gift from the Government of Canada initially. What are we going to do to see that it lasts after us, to maintain it or to enhance it? And that's how we came to choose to settle on a community foundation. And the purpose of a foundation is to raise a permanent endowment fund. And then you invest that money and you spend that helping local charities and other new things that want to get started. So the idea was that people who have enjoyed this will give back.
In a small community like Deep River, you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck, and you're going to get the most quality out of every day that you live here.
There's a true sense of community here, and that's what Deep River is all about. It's that community, the friendliness, the caring for each other, and that's what's so valuable, and you can't find that in many places.
People can explore their interests and the area for a lifetime. Do you see your future here?